Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam. Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is Soulology, the science of the soul. And what we're going to go over for today are simply 10 things that people with no limitations do that other people may not do. And we're going to start off simply with explaining the fact that you live in a world where everybody believes there's a certain way you should do things. There's a certain way you should make things happen and be things, in a sense. And we believe that is how you gain whatever you desire in your life, whether it's love, whether it's wealth, whether it's happiness, um, whether it's getting whatever you desire, house, car, whatnot, that there's a certain way you have to go about it that allows it to be morally right to us. But the truth is, to a person who sees no limitations, that might not be the thing that really they worry about, because when we, for example, number one, when we look at our situations, a person who looks at their who sees that there's limitless potential to do whatever they desire, sees their situation and doesn't see it as a problem. When you don't see your situation as a problem, your background or whatnot, as your downfall for you getting to where you say you desire to go, you just simply see it as it is. Even in my own experience, growing up, I used to think my background was horrible because not only the color of my skin or anything, but just the difficulties I had to face. Um, but as I grew into being who I am as a person, this became the last thing on my mind. I was starting to realize how important it is when you're more focused on yourself instead of your problems or situation, but you are becoming who you truly are. Issues like that are irrelevant to your situation. You start focusing on your goals in life and who you are as a person instead of saying, oh, my life's horrible, I can't do anything about it, because you can do something about it. And when you realize you can do something about it and stop hoping that something falls out of the sky to help you, you'll realize that you have the power to change and choose what you desire in life. Number two, they don't take no for an answer. And the reason why most people who don't see limitations don't take no for an answer, because they see that if you truly desire something in your life, you can make it happen, no matter by any means necessary. People believe that you have to go about it a certain way. You have to get a job, you have to climb the corporate ladder or something like that in order to make it happen. That is far from beyond the truth. You can simply find ways, especially if you research a lot, if you take time to focus on self a lot. You can find ways where you don't have to work much and you can make passive income for yourself. You can find ways where maybe you connect with other people to get to somewhere where you desire and you love to be. And maybe some people might even grow envious and not understand how that is possible when they're doing certain things and it's not happening. And what I would say to you is, check what you're doing. And tell me, you guys, for the people out there in the comments below, tell me, what are you trying to achieve and where are you trying to go in life for yourself? Because you don't have to do the things that everyone tells you to do. If you find other ways and methods, it'll happen one way or another. Because truth is, your goals and dreams matter more than anything else in the world. Whatever you feel and desire in your life, you can choose to allow it to happen if you so choose. But it's all a choice whether you're going to allow it to happen or not. You can decide a path where you got to work to make it happen, and maybe one way or another you'll get it if that's what you choose. It might just take longer, or you can choose a path of focusing on yourself. And again, it can take long too. It all depends on how you, because even in that energy, you still have to learn about self and how to implement certain things, manifest certain things that you desire in your life to create. And even for me, in my own experience, that was one of the biggest things, was learning how to manifest things learning what works and what doesn't work for me, compromising with certain people to grow with them to get to somewhere where I desire to be, and truly being unconditionally loving to self in order to go further in life. Number 3, most people, of course, like I was saying, they compromise, but they never stop moving in life. And you can see this compromise with people who've created their desired paths in life. For example, let's say PewDiePie, a very famous YouTuber who, of course, has 80 million now plus subscribers, and started off simply with just working a small job but doing something he enjoyed doing, playing games. And as time progressed, it grew. And that's compromising in what you desire. Sometimes compromising can be not focusing on working at times, but focusing on something you desire by all means necessary. Maybe you might have to compromise by finding other ways, passive income, to put into your true goals in life. And that's one of the things I learned for myself is I usually put other things to work around me so that I can keep going in life. And many people, many leaders have done that before, where they've shown that and grown that within themselves. And that too is a choice. Are you willing to compromise in order to get to your goal? And it does not mean you have to completely derail off of what you desire in life, but something that you know in your heart of hearts will work towards your goal in life and creating what you so desire. Now, let's go on to number 5. Seeing both sides of life. When you are a person who has no limitations, you see both sides of life, and it's a choice to see it negatively or positively. When you see no limitations, you can see that you can make anything you wish positive or anything you wish neutral in a sense, or anything you wish negative if you so choose. But people usually who have no limitations see it for what it is, knowing that, for example, a story that was told to me about a farmer where his horses ran away, and the villagers were telling him about that, and they were saying, isn't it so horrible? And he didn't feel any kind of way about it. There's nothing right nor wrong about it. And then the horses came back and they said, is that so wonderful? And again, there was nothing right or wrong about it. It is a choice to feel as though there is something right or wrong about it. And at times, most of the time, some of the issues we have in life are usually in our head. We allow ourselves to let emotions waltz around. Or I'm sorry, we allow ourselves to let thoughts waltz around as emotions. And this can make it very difficult for us because we then manifest ideas in our own mind to believe that nothing is good, or it's never going to be good, or that we're afraid because of maybe certain issues in our life, not realizing you have a choice. Sorry. You have a choice to change that. Things don't have to be that way if you don't choose it for it to be that way. You can do whatever you desire as long as you're willing to push yourself. When you see that everything's an illusion and that you can create whatever you desire, you see things as you wish to create. In my own experience, when I realized certain things that people say or do, in a sense, are illusion, that truth is, at the end of the day, I shouldn't really worry about what they say or anything, because of the fact that if it truly mattered to me, then it would have an effect. If someone said something to me about you're never going to be good enough or anything, that, yes, that can have an effect on someone, but it's a choice to allow it to have an effect. Because truth would be that you really don't have to worry about what other people say. Again, it leads back to taking no for an answer. Even if a person says something about you, you have to realize that they too are only saying it because of the fact that they're not where they desire to be. And they too are on their journey. And to me, in my own experience, I have sympathy for those type of people who've gone through those things, because the truth is they're still learning who they are as a person. So you go on and you keep going to where you desire to be in life. Number 6, find a solution to every problem. When you are a person who has no limitations, every issue in your life, you know you can create a solution to. That there's really no problems, only the problems you choose to believe they're problems. You could have so many bills and whatnot and think that there's no way I can get out of this, there's no way I can handle this and whatnot, I don't know what to do. And that is a choice to believe that it's going to be that way. And maybe you feel there really is no genuine way. And this is where you have to look and change your thought. Take time to yourself, write up some ideas, meditate. That's one of the things I do, and it helps out a lot for me to calm my nerves and really think about where I'm going with who I'm talking to. Create a way that allows you to manifest whatever you're looking for in life. Don't take no for an answer. And you might think, but there's no way I can do this and that. There's only no way if you so choose. There was a joke told to me that, drug addicts can find 300 ways, 300 ideas to get more drugs. Now, I'm not telling you to do drugs. I don't think that's an okay process of helping a person grow into their higher self or anything. And might have a difficult effect on you, of course, of being addicted to it. But if you can come up with 300 ways to create and manifest money, it'll happen. But you have to be willing to choose that, put in the work for yourself, and understand self to go forward with what you desire. And not believe that, again, don't believe something will fall out the sky and help you. Create it. Create something intentionally so it'll fall out the sky and help you. But you're creating the moment. And we said number 6, I believe. So, I believe this is, if I'm correct, number 6 and number 7 in a sense. But realizing everything is based off your perception. When you feel a certain way about something, you are only thinking that way because of whatever's been taught to you by somebody else, by somebody else, by somebody else who told you, in a sense. And when you are willing to shift that perception and see things, in a sense, for how they really are, instead of what people say they are, you'll see that you really don't have to limit yourself for anything. And it can go with anything in life again. No matter what you're feeling in life directly, goal-wise, relationship-wise, with family, with friends, you have to be willing to choose. There's some people in my life I do not allow in my life because of the fact of what I've chosen, that I feel personally it does not work with me to be around certain people. So sometimes my group is very small with people I talk to. But for other people, they may desire bigger groups of people to talk to because maybe they get bored, and that's their perception. Me, I don't see it that way personally because of the fact that I enjoy talking to people, but I also enjoy a lot of time to myself to really get to know me, to work on my projects, to work on this channel and everything else. It's all based on perception. When you get past that perception, you can create whatever you desire, no matter what people say that you can't make money unless you have a job. Well, that's perception. It's a choice if you desire to believe that or not, because you can make money without a job if you choose and you find a way and you create. So, next one is having no fear. There's no reason to really be afraid of anything. We believe we're afraid of things because of the fact that maybe we have no control over it. Maybe because of the fact of how something looks and whatnot. But when you see things for what they are, for example, let's say you're arachnophobic. Now, of course, for people who are arachnophobic, they're still going to feel that fear one way or another. But when you bypass that, it's by understanding that that creature is energy and that creature is just like you. So there's really no reason to be afraid of it. When you are afraid of perhaps certain situations that are coming up in your life and you don't know what to do, you have to realize you may be making your thoughts waltz as emotions. When you realize that, you see there's no reason to fear it. When you fear the fact of being lonely and that nobody will be in your life, take time to be alone by yourself. Take time to enjoy everything, and you won't be afraid anymore of being alone. And you'll find out that some people, this is a reaction to it. When you let go of certain things, things start to attract for relationships. If you let go of the fear of being alone, all of a sudden there's people who want to be around you and get to know you and whatnot. When you get rid of the fear of, for example, the fear of being in closed spaces or the fear of being arachnophobic and whatnot, you see it for what it is. It's all different types of energy. And yes, maybe there's certain energy you may not desire around you, but you see it for what it is and you see your fears for what they are. And as you bypass your fears, you grow in the love of self to grow further in who you are. Now, number 9, making the moment count. People who have no limitations make every moment count. Instead of being upset because maybe today's a good, not a bad, like yesterday wasn't a good day and now you're sad because of the fact that you're just thinking and moping because of all the things that happened to you, you create the moment. You choose that you're going to make this a good day for yourself and you create the moment of making it something amazing. And when you create that moment, you enjoy yourself. And of course, enjoying leads, of course, more than anything to being your happiness, first of all. But when you create that and you are being your happiness, nothing can really stop you in that. Because now you're creating and manifesting what you're choosing to create. Now, last but not least, people with no limitations do what they desire for self. They understand in order to not limit yourself more than anything, you have to work on yourself first. You can't love someone until you love yourself first. You can't help others around you, whether it's with wealth or food or clothes, if you can't help yourself make sure that you are all put together and happy. You can't make someone else happy until you allow yourself to be your happiness. You can't give somebody royalty if you have not gained that royalty within yourself. Do what you need for self, and you won't have to worry about others because you'll be able to allow it to happen. And realize who you truly are. And what this has to do with the soul is simply that there's no reason to fear anything because of the fact that life is already an illusion and has no purpose. Sorry. Life is already an illusion and has no limitations if you so choose. It has limitations because of the fact of what's been told to us in life. That we've been told that we have to do things a certain way. But you have no limitations and you can do as you desire. But we're going to end it here. Just realize you are the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. And remember that to know thyself is to know the Creator within, and to have a good morning, a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. To everybody, peace and namaste.